I'll tell you right now, if you want to see what real control issues look like, just move into a place like Willowbrook and end up on the radar of someone like Karen Mitchell. That woman could sniff out a violation from a mile away, honestly. I'm pretty sure she dreamed in HOA codes and citations. And God help you if you tried to get anything past her because she ran the homeowners association like her own little FBI badge or not. I found that out the hard way. First week on the block, fresh start, I was supposed to be settling in, but instead I walked right into the kind of headache only the suburbs can cook up. So let me set the scene. A bright, regular morning. Not a cloud in the sky. Boxes still stacked in the front room. And me just hoping for a little peace and quiet after transferring out of downtown. My daughter's due to visit, and all I want is to put together a halfway decent home before she gets there. I'm elbow deep in my garage rearranging tools when my phone pings a delivery notification. My package with my police uniform and credentials is on the porch. Finally. This is the start of something new, I think, or at least it should be. I finish what I'm doing, walk out to the porch. Nothing. No box, no note, just an empty welcome mat, and the sound of Karen's ridiculous garden fountain gurgling away across the street. You ever get that feeling like someone's watching you, but you can't quite put your finger on it? I glance up, and sure enough, there's Karen peeking out from behind her blinds. Real subtle, right? As soon as our eyes almost meet, she disappears faster than a rabbit under a fence. I check the delivery app. There's a photo clear as day, my box right there on the porch at 9:47 a.m. My cop instincts start kicking in because let's be real. Nothing in this neighborhood stays out of place for more than 5 minutes unless somebody wants it that way. I pull up my doorbell. Cam scroll back. At 9:47, the driver drops the box, snaps the photo. 2 minutes later, here comes Karen strutting across the lawn like she's on some undercover mission, looking over her shoulder, scooping up my package and hustling back inside like she's just stopped some major Amazon crime ring. I laughed, but you know that kind of laugh that's just air leaking out because you're too annoyed to scream. Yeah, that was me. Thing is, Karen and I had already met once, if you can call it that. Second day after moving in, she showed up with a welcome basket, a few cookies, and a tall stack of violation notices. My moving truck was apparently blocking the sidewalk, my trash cans were out of code, and the roses in the front yard were, and I quote, 2 inches too tall. She tried to fish around about what I did for work, but I just thanked her for the fruit and kept it vague. Something about her made me keep my guard up, and looking back, I'm grateful for that little bit of instinct. Now I've got video proof of the HOA president swiping my mail, federal mail, no less, including my new badge. 20 years in law enforcement taught me you don't escalate unless you're ready to go the distance. So I called my new sergeant at the precinct, explained what happened. He went dead serious, real fast. Asked me, you have video of her taking your credentials. Next thing I know, Internal Affairs is calling, telling me not to confront her, not to step foot on her property and just let them handle it. This was officially a felony now, and it was about to get real complicated. Meanwhile, Karen's playing her own game, marching door to door with her ever-present clipboard, having loud, dramatic conversations with neighbors like she's trying to rally the troops for some HOA crusade. She even walks up to my house, chin up, voice dripping with that fake nice HOA attitude, and says, "Mr. Chin, I have had several complaints about suspicious activity at your property. Packages at odd hours, unfamiliar visitors as HOA president. I need to know what business you're running here." I just smiled, told her I was settling in and starting a new job. Didn't want any trouble. She scribbled on her clipboard. Gave me that "I'm watching you" look, and strutted off down the sidewalk like she'd just solved a case. Let me back up a sec because this is where it all starts to spiral. Internal Affairs sent out 2 detectives, Rodriguez and Kim, the kind who look like they eat HOA presidents for breakfast. I showed them the doorbell footage. They watched it 3 times without saying a word. Then Rodriguez just says, "We're getting a warrant. Don't change your routine." So for a day or two, I'm just pretending like nothing happened, going about my business, but watching Karen's neighborhood watch routine turn into straight-up spycraft. Here's where the twist comes in. Turns out my package wasn't the only one that's gone missing. Once word starts to spread quietly because everyone's a little scared of Karen. At first, my neighbor Mrs. Lee comes over, almost whispering, tells me her son's birthday present vanished last month. Then Mr. Patel says his wife's medication never made it, even though the delivery app said left at porch. Suddenly Karen's the one thread tying all these missing packages together, But until now, nobody had proof. The big day comes. I'm drinking coffee on my porch trying to look casual when a black Suburban and an unmarked sedan roll up and park right in front of Karen's place. 2 suits, 2 uniforms, badges out, they walk right up. You can see Karen open the door in her HOA polo and her hair. Just so. But when Rodriguez announces, "We have a warrant to search for stolen federal property," it's like someone yanked the power cord. Her face drains and she tries to put on a show, insisting she was just protecting the neighborhood from suspicious packages. The agents are all business searching the house, and 5 minutes later they're back out, evidence bag in hand, my badge, my uniform, the whole box stashed in her hall closet behind a stack of HOA manuals and board games. Now this is the part you'd swear was written for TV. One of the neighbors, Mrs. Patterson, is standing on her porch and just yells out, "Hey Karen, that why my daughter's wedding gift disappeared last year?" Suddenly people are stepping out, putting the pieces together, talking out loud for the first time in years. Karen starts to unravel, screaming about entrapment, waving her arms as the cuffs go on. She's led down the walk, half the neighborhood recording the other half, just standing there like they can't believe it's real. The wildest part isn't even watching Karen finally get taken down. It's what happened next. The HOA board calls an emergency meeting, votes her out on the spot, and for the first time in 15 years, Willowbrook breathes easy. People come out with stories about how she threatened fines, tried to evict folks over flower colors, held up deliveries for safety inspections. The more you hear, the more you realize just how much power one person had and how relieved everyone feels that it's finally over. You can actually hear it in people's voices, like someone finally cracked open a window after years of stale air. A few weeks later, I'm out grilling in the backyard when Mrs. Patterson comes over, plate of cookies in hand, grinning ear to ear. She says Karen's facing mail theft, identity theft, and possession of stolen government property since she opened my badge. The DA isn't buying her neighborhood safety routine either. She's looking at real-time, real fines, and real consequences. The whole neighborhood feels lighter, kids are out playing, people are actually decorating for the holidays, and for once everyone's talking to each other again. 6 months pass, and Karen's trial makes the local news. There's this shot of her leaving court, hair a mess, eyes wide as the anchor says, she's guilty on all counts. 5 years probation, $100,000 fine, 300 hours of community service, and a lifetime ban from HOA leadership. Nobody claps, nobody cheers, but man, it feels like justice. As for me, well, I finally got to wear that badge at my new precinct, swore in, with my daughter, watching proud as anything. You know, I still think about it sometimes, how a place can look picture perfect from the outside, but one person's obsession with control can poison everything. You never really know what your neighbors are capable of, good or bad, until push comes to shove. So let me ask you, did Karen get what she deserved, or was she just a little too dedicated for her own good? Ever had a neighbor cross the line, or watched a small power trip turn into a train wreck? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell your own stories. I promise there's no HOA president spying here. And hey, if you enjoyed the ride, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's ever gotten a nasty letter about their lawn. That's my story. And trust me, in the suburbs, there's always another one just waiting to happen.